going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Pursuit Live. Thanks for joining us for the Season 3 finale. All right, we made it. Another season. We survived. We're here, and we're ready to bring you Season 4. All right. Joining me, as always, is my creator and co-host, Diggity Down and Dirty, my dog, Dave from downtown Detroit.
What up, dog? We're back. We're back. We're pneumonia free. We can breathe a little. We're back.
We've also got a special guest joining us in the studio. I mean, there's really nothing special about him. It's just John's here too.
Yo, what up, fellas?
Pretty sure that's trademark, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, pretty sure that's
Well, you lose the trademark when you haven't punched tags this season.
It's going to cost you a couple shekels.
Oh, shots are fired early in the show. Ooh. Might have to start drinking early.
The hooligans are already drinking. What are we drinking?
What do you mean, what are we drinking? Everything.
All right.
Got a little 1792 single barrel going on.
That's
Got
different.
Some Old Forester 1910 Old Fine whiskey going on.
All right.
As everybody knows, we were in Kentucky until, was it Monday?
Uh-huh.
So we've been drowning in bourbon, and as you can imagine, we were having the time of our lives. So, yeah. So with that, I guess what did I miss? I guess what I missed was Dave and Rob couldn't figure out how to run the show last week while I was away. So I apologize to all of our listeners when I said I'm leaving you in the capable hands and, enjoy next week's show because these guys fucked it up for you. So I'm sorry.
You made a team decision. Team decision behind the scenes without you here.
Team decision to just fuck it up and not be able to figure it out. So I get it. I understand. I apologize to everybody for these guys fucking it up. What can I say? There's nothing else. It is what it is. But we're back. We're here. We got a lot to talk about tonight. So where do we want to start?
Got to finish the season deer hunting, man. You guys going out at all anymore?
Well, okay. So
left.
if we really want to go down that road, John and I had a spectacular year already. John, where were we?
Small continent, somewhere different.
For the record, he said it. I didn't. So, yeah. So this year we had a great year. Listen, we put a lot of work in earlier in. John was able to harvest a deer this year. So I mean, at the end of the day, we put some time in. It is what it is. I've still got some deer meat in the freezer from last year. I'm not hurting for it.
That's good.
Listen, I've been doing this now. We're going to be coming up on 25 years here soon. Like, listen, you're going to have some years where you don't shoot. And when you're in this game long enough, you're going to have it. Then you're going to have great years like Tommy. Tommy said he hung up the bow. Well, I mean, he also killed like 24 deer this year. So, I mean, that's why Dave's not seeing any deer because, let's face it, Tommy killed them all. So
he did have a damn good season. I'll give him that.
He did, and congratulations, Tommy. It's good. You got to get it. But when you're in the game long, it's you're gonna have bad years. And it's not that I had a bad year. I just had a lot going on and didn't get out as much as I had planned. But it's all part of the adventure. No,
I mean it totally is. I didn't expect work to get to the point where it started interfering. Normally I'm able to kind of mitigate that a little bit. It's real life shit. Work got busy. I was down and out. First time ever getting pneumonia. That was probably about 2 full weeks. I'm just
want to make a point to everybody that Dave had pneumonia and didn't do the show for 2 whole weeks. I had pneumonia. I literally rushed home from the doctors after being diagnosed with pneumonia and got on the show that night.
Good
Just
for
wants
you.
to know,
Great.
just wants you
Good
all
for
to
you.
know who's really in it for you people. And, then there's also Dave.
That's right.
I don't believe it. Whip out the medical diagnosis. Let's see it.
I'll show it to you.
Let me see
I did
the.
a TikTok about
Let
it.
me see the
That's
crystal
how you
run
know it's
paperwork.
serious.
If that's my lung, that's kind of what it was looking like. So, but no, I mean, shit happens, man. We're not professional hunters. Obviously, this is not our job. As cool and as fun as that may be, but it is what it is. Me, I do 90% of my hunting on the weekends, unless I get days off. So it happens. I mean, I'm lucky enough I still can hunt all the way through January. I'm not doing the shotgun season. There's very little shotgun season here on the island. A lot of states now, they're into their deep, whether it's rifle or muzzle loader. I mean, what do you guys have now? You guys are into muzzle loader season up by you at this point?
Yeah, muzzle loader and
Bow.
late bow. So
Yeah. So that's definitely a difference here on the island. It's what you can do. What happens here on Long Island is, we probably at this point, almost a month ago at least, you submit your paperwork to the state, you submit your back tag info and all that, and then you kind of get a couple guys together and you apply, for the shotgun season. It's on a lottery basis, and then you get, if you're lucky enough, you get the zone you want and the spot you want. It's a lot of just deer drives. You might sit in the morning for a couple hours or two, but then you get your guys together, you just start pushing the woods. So there's no rifle hunting. There's just no room for it here on the island. It's smart. I mean, they do a good job with it, but you don't want guys walking around with rifles here. It's too tight quarters. That would not end up well. It's bad enough with the shotguns. When they opened up the turkey season here for the first time in a while on the public land, I know guys were very hesitant about it just because of how tight quarters all these spots are, close to houses.
okay.
But I mean,
Wow.
the turkey population was there. I mean, they shut it down for a while, so there's definitely a reason they opened it back up.
So you're gonna get out and kill something, Dave? That's the big question at the end of the day. That's what
I'm loading up right
everybody
now, man.
wants to know.
I always hunt as much as I can to the end of the season. The truck's loaded up right now, everything ready to go. It's just for me not to go, it killed me. But I was telling myself I could barely walk. I could barely do anything. If I could climb a tree, let alone shoot a deer, how am I going to get this freaking deer out of here? So you do what you got to do. You get better and you get back after it.
I'm hearing a lot of crying.
No, it's just
I'm
part
not
of
hearing a
getting
lot of
older and
solutions.
wiser. Older and wiser, my man. That's all it is.
All right. So where do we want to go with this tonight? All right. Well, I do want to talk a little bit about where we've gone in season 3 before we kind of drop some hints on season 4. Because we did do a lot this year, and we got a lot going on next year. So where do we want to go with this?
Well, I guess we could say this. We are going to be bringing on a new team member. We're not going to say who that is at the moment. We've been in constant contact with him. I think a lot of people that have been following us for a while will know who it is once we announce it. We just kind of want to get everything finalized and formalized, etc. And honestly, it's
Jimmy.
yeah. Jimmy's always there. Jimmy's always behind the scenes.
Jimmy.
Yes. So, in all honesty, it's become a necessity, and I think that's a good sign for the status of what we're doing here. To actually need somebody else to help, kind of take on some workload, divvy up the workload a little bit, whatever we want to call it. It's just going to help all of us in the long run. It's going to help us stay on track doing this weekly. It's going to help us keep bringing in good guests, good quality guests, and that's what we're all about. I think we've come a long way in the past 2 seasons. This season, especially with the quality of guests, that's a big shout out to Rob, working hard behind the scenes, really locking in everybody that's come on, and every show has really been interesting and diverse. I mean, we had some topics that we talked about, and it just goes to show this is not just a hunting tactics show. We're very clear about that. It's anything outdoor related. And if you guys go back and check out the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube, and just start scrolling through all the episodes that we've had, it's pretty diverse. And I think that's a good sign of what we're capable of doing.
I mean, that's okay. We do.
We're getting there.
We try. Listen. But like Dave said, listen, we do this every week, and bringing somebody new on, it's a big help. This is a lot. We don't make money doing this, and it costs us money to do this show, and we do it because we love it. And if more people are willing to help us along in this journey and be a big part of the journey, then that's great, because it's going to help us out in the long run. It's going to help us reach more people, be able to have on more guests and tell more stories, and in the end, it's going to be a better program for you, our loyal audience. Except for Squatch. I don't know where Squatch is tonight. He's not watching the show, so he better have a good excuse. Somebody call Squatch. Somebody check on Squatch, make sure he's okay.
If it's snowing up there, he's probably plowing. He's very, very busy
snowing.
plowing.
He's 40 minutes north of me. It ain't snowing.
It ain't snowing? All right.
It's
Maybe he's
snowing.
sleeping. Probably sleeping. If he ain't plowing, he's sleeping.
I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, Squatch don't sleep on Friday night. It's not during Pursuit Live. We're not going to allow this. We're gonna have to write him a nasty letter. But
All right.
no, we did do a lot this year. We got new software, which kind of helped us expand our audience, expand our program a little bit better, bring you a better presentation on multiple platforms. Bringing on Rob, our production manager, as you said, definitely was a big help. And he does a lot. It's a thankless job, everything that he does behind the scenes. And we're very lucky that we have a friend like that is willing to help us along in this journey and be a part of that. And he really does a lot. So we know he's sleeping right now. So Rob, here's to you. Cheers, brother. Thank you for all that you've done.
Think that.
And thank you for everything that you're going to continue to do in season 4 or whatever.
And he stepped up a lot too, with certain shows where it was, honestly, he was a better fit to be a co-host. A couple of the Bear episodes, or if I couldn't make it because of work or whatever. And
listen, when you diversify as a hunter and eventually leave Long Island, that was another big thing that we did. Mark, we didn't even mention we got Dave off of the island.
Oh yeah.
We brought him up here.
It was.
able
We
to
did.
hunt the world famous Frost Lane Hunt Club. All right, we brought him on as a guest. We spoke to the board of directors. We were able to make it happen. And guess what? It was an eye-opening experience for Dave. But I think he had a good time, and I think that's really something that's going to help him as a hunter, because now he understands there are other places to hunt other than Long Island.
That was a very peaceful all-day sit. I mean, I felt right at home when the quads came zipping through. That didn't even bother me at all. I just chuckled. So, other than that,
we went and got coffee. We were up.
Yeah, that was different.
Got coffee and something to eat. Walked in.
The sun's up. I'm like, what's going on?
Sun's up. We're seeing deer all over the place.
Saw more deer in one day.
And Dave's seen all season. He's like, what the hell? So yeah, it was good. I put Dave in a good spot. I took a lot of good deer out of that spot that we put Dave, and he saw deer. Unfortunately, we couldn't seal the deal, but that was always next year.
I got them on camera. They were camera deer, but
that's all right.
It was without a doubt. To get put in a spot and you got action right from the beginning, 100%. So I was down for that, man. That was a good day. That was a good weekend. That was like the opening weekend for your house, right? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Two trips in one.
Yeah, we got we had everybody here in the new studio. We had, Christ, we had Rob, we had Dave, we had John Barrett, we had Woods. Because now Woods lives not too far from me. He's just over as the crow flies, he's like 5 minutes. If he hops on his, quad, we just cut a trail up the mountain.
Okay.
But no, it's all been good things this year. Next year, we are going to be bringing you a lot of top-tier guests. If you thought that we had some good conversations this year, next year it's going to be even better. We are going to bring back some people that we had this year, and we are going to continue some of those conversations, because to us, it wasn't necessarily fair to them. As much as they enjoyed being here, I think that they had much more to tell, and that some of this shared knowledge that it's just an untapped resource. And I feel like we need to bring some of these people back and let them continue telling their stories. That's what we do.
Right. It's not like it's just going to be a part or a part two of their original story. They have so much to offer. It's going to be an entirely new adventure when they come on again and, share a different story. So it's, and there's probably about 3 or 4 guests now at this point where we're going to be able to catalog a couple episodes with each of them and almost have like a show within itself at that point with them, which will be interesting.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it. That's all going to be. We're heavily trying to grow the YouTube page. We don't mind talking about it. We try not to talk about it too much. However, Instagram is great. It's a great hub for kind of combining all of our brands and pages together. Just keep in mind the home base for everything we're doing from here on out is YouTube. So even during the show, we'll mention any support we can get. We need it. Help us spread that word on YouTube. Really get people to hit that subscribe button. It's the easiest place and the most effective platform to grow as far as what we're trying to do. But it's the best place to catalog everything too. Obviously we have some bigger goals in mind, and if and when we're ready for that, then we submit to all that. But for right now, YouTube is the best spot to find any show that we record, just like this. Going back pretty far at this point, there's probably at least 30 episodes already on there. Maybe more.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
I would say there might be more.
Yeah. We can double check that number, but regardless, at this point, at least all of last season is up there because of the new software Chris was talking about. So that's we've done a lot of work like behind the scenes, really trying to improve whatever we can. Obviously, there's always improvement, but that's just part of it's just something new for us. So every week we're learning. The team's growing, but I think that's all positive signs. The fact that we need to take on another person, and people are still tuning in. So we'll keep doing it till people don't tune in, and maybe even after that. But just keep spreading the word, and thank you for all the support we're getting. We got a couple of trade shows we're coming. When's Empire? February?
Well, I think it's in February. Well, yeah, that's another big thing that we did. We did two good shows this year. Empire and the Hunt Chef Deer Gear and Beer Expo. As you can see, we're going to be back at Empire here in a couple months. If you're in the tri-state area, it's definitely worth checking out. We're going to be there. Buckshot Taxidermy, Red Sky Safaris, Wicked Weights. Who else? Garden State Outdoorsman podcast will be there.
Yep.
Who else? I'm sure I'm missing people because there's going to be folks there. And it'll be worth checking out. It's going to be good. It's going to be in Rockland County at the Rockland County Community College. Yeah, more information on that to follow. Next year, the Hunt Chef Deer Gear and Beer Expo, again in Dunbar, PA. I'm sure that he'll probably have it in the same spot next year, and we're looking forward to doing that again. That was a great show, great experience.
That was fun. Yeah,
and if you came out and saw us at the previous Empire show, we're definitely stepping it up a little bit. There's things that we've learned now from going to a few of these things. That it's going to be a better overall experience at the Pursuit Live booth. We'll leave it at that. I don't want to go too much into it. And then even after these, we have down the road plans to make it even better. So by the time of the Hunt Chef show, it's going to be awesome. But
I think that's a good target date for that.
I think
when that happens, I think that we'll get a tip of the hat from everybody. It'll be something very unique. I'll promise you that.
I think it'll be good. You never know. We're probably going to have everything ready to go. We might come out to a couple other events, even before that. But I digress. I don't want to spend too much time on that.
Yeah,
getting into season 4.
Even that though, there's a learning curve with that. Doing these shows, and you're like, all right, whatever. We got to be here for 7 hours this day, 8 hours the next day. Okay, If you've never done it before, go do it. It's when it's slow, it's fucking slow, and it's when you're in a tight blue space. And by the end of the show, Chris and I are both like, "Love you, but get the hell out of here. I'm going home." It's a long day, as fun as it is. Don't get me wrong, but normally like that first day or day and a half, it's a weekday. People are still working. So, all right, the first day you're still setting up, but it's a long day. By the end of the show, it's a lot of standing. You definitely got to be prepared to have like a good chair with you. We even brought those like foam mats for when you're standing. A lot of little things like that we learned. Even just simple things like having something sober to drink and something to snack on while you're behind the booth, so you don't get too schnickered up. It's all a part of the game. It's all a part of the learning game, but those are fun events because you just meet so many people just in a short amount of time, and it's just you do nothing but just share stories, contact info. It's great as far as expanding the brand and everything. So between Empire Show and then definitely Hunt Chef Show again, and if something comes up in between, then we could swing it. We'll see what happens, but definitely those two are definitely on the radar.
We'll see. I think we might be able to squeeze one or two else. We'll
Something
get something
local,
else.
baby. Yeah.
But all right, so I was going to jump into season 3, but I do kind of want to, or season 4 rather, but I do want to get John in here on a little bit. So, John, besides your episode, you were involved in a few episodes in season 3 here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Looking back on season 3, what would you say was your most memorable show?
Ooh.
Whether you sat in on it or just watched it.
I think one of the most interesting shows was when we were out in Pennsylvania with the founder of Cryptech.
Ooh.
That was an interesting show to watch, to kind of be a part of there. Super interesting, different setting, and it was just it was a good listen. Honestly, I think that was one of the better, if not best, shows this season for me, my opinion.
Now, I will caveat this while saying that as John and I were trying to do the show from this cabin, we were on a fishing trip in Pennsylvania. We're trying to be professionals on this show and bring you guys a quality production. And Jimmy and my fishing buddy Phil, one of John's best friends, one of my good friends, and these dudes were doing everything they could behind the camera.
Shocker.
Oh, fuck. And I'm not even going to tell you what they were
No.
doing.
No.
We haven't gotten canceled yet, so we're not gonna get canceled on the finale. But you can let your imagination run wild.
Just imagine Sasquatch, left to right, in front of you. That's about
All
it.
right.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it was a lot. It was a lot to maintain a straight face that whole show. But no, that was a good show. I think the first show that we actually got you to sit down for was the Africa show.
No, I was on prior to that, season before that.
No, one that we actually had you talking for a period of time.
Well, while you guys were there,
No, not that one. The one after. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. While you guys were there, yeah.
Oh, the one after that you hosted, and we were the guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
a
think that was a good one.
good one.
The Africa show, definitely.
Oh, see, I didn't want to mention that one just because it was just so.
It's because everybody knows that's already the top show.
Yeah.
We know.
No, wait till we have the Portugal show.
Oh.
That's fine. At least it's something different.
No,
No,
I
it's,
see these
we,
red stacks.
So we're showing you pictures of these world-class red stags that we're hunting, and then you're like, God damn, now we're gonna have to
Well-
about this for a year.
They're not world class according to the Mossy family.
Right, according to Barrett's dad, where these red stags actually come from, he's like, no, they're not real red stags unless you're in New Zealand hunting them. We're like, okay, so
Where they've been imported.
we're gonna go to where they actually come from. You're gonna
Yeah.
fly halfway around the world to where they ship them.
I hope Barrett's listening right now.
I hope he is too. Knocked. It's still in the planning stages right now, but it's one of those things that we may just pick up and go whenever. If you're interested, let me know, and we'll there's always room for one more.
Yeah, you got people listening to it. That's good.
And just like Africa, I will say, yes, archery. You can rifle hunt them if you want, but we're not going to.
Yeah,
obviously.
with the archery, so with the rifle, it's only they do like field blinds, but with the archery, they give you the option to spot and stalk.
Yeah,
which I think is super cool for the red stag hunting.
And just like Africa, it's more affordable than you would think.
Yeah.
No, and that I believe that once you actually, you sat me down one night, started crunching the numbers a little bit and everything, and it is. It still would fall under the expensive category for, I would say, most people, but you got to look at what you actually get, and like you said, in comparison, yes, to just go out west to one of these hunts.
It's cheaper than a whitetail hunt in Texas.
Yeah. If I may too, in Portugal, I've been to Portugal. The best and cheapest country I've ever been to. I'm talking like steak dinners for $20 each. A whole bar tab for a 6-hour night drinking, $60. For 2 or 3 people.
Right.
The people are super nice, super friendly, unlike other European countries, and the accommodations and the lodge we're going to be going to is top notch. They've pulled a lot of world-class stags out of there. And boar.
Iberian. We're probably going to add boar.
Iberian boar.
Okay.
For less than the cost of a full tank of diesel fuel.
Yeah.
In a 3/4 ton truck.
All right. So while we're talking about it, what's driving the prices of these hunts, right here in the States out west? Why are they so high? Why?
Popularity.
I think people, especially a lot of people that have never traveled before, a lot of people from rural places are just, I don't want to say lazy. I don't want to offend anybody that's not traveled outside the U.S. But if your family didn't grow up traveling, if you weren't, if you didn't have a passport early on in life, and you weren't accustomed to like, hey, this summer we're going here, not just going to Long Beach Island or Disney or wherever, Florida place your family went to every summer, or North Carolina, for people like that want to hunt, that's obviously they're like, oh, I'm just going over to Texas. I'm going over to Colorado. I'm going here. I don't have to worry about getting permits and visas and this, that. It just seems easier, and then, shipping it back. It's already in the U.S. So I think it's the convenience factor for people, in my opinion. Again, not calling people lazy, just it's there. We have a huge country. Our country is amazing, and it's the size of many other countries combined, and we have a wide scale of animals and terrain. So you can really go on 10, 12, 15 different hunts in the U.S. without, getting bored. But these outfitters know that, and they charge for it for sure.
100%. I couldn't put that any better. That's
right. Because they're getting away with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It's if you want to hunt good deer, you want to hunt good elk, you're going to pay for it, and that's it. They know that.
Right. And then some of these preference points programs where you're waiting 6 to 10 to 12 years. To pay that every year, just I don't know. That's just never struck my interest.
Well,
to pay that amount of money year after year.
Is where you want to hunt these preferential units where you have to put in year after year. You get the that one tag that once in a you drew that unit.
Yeah.
Do you really want to go out there and try and do it yourself, or do you want to go with somebody who is successful at hunting these trophy animals in that zone,
right?
And be successful with this is your dream. They know that they're going to capitalize. Just like John said, they know that's what they're gearing towards. Is you're going to pay to get your animal. That's it.
Yeah, and again, I'm not taking a stance against it. I've just it's never even creeped onto my radar. Like if I think about what I want to do in my hunting journey, honestly, I say it a lot. I don't have to go much further than half hour from my house. That's where I'm at. Like I truly enjoy chasing these fucking deer that are making my hair gray and me go bald, because I know it's out there. I'm year after year, I'm one step away from, for me, high caliber quality bucks, and I have no reason to stop chasing them anytime soon. Yeah, it's just one of those things.
We'll get you. We'll get you.
I know we joked about the Africa hunt and everything, and I've thought about it, but it just, I don't know. I just find it interesting as some people
we'll get you to New Jersey on a bear hunt. That's basically another country.
I would love to go on a bear. That'd be great. Something different, without a doubt. And I'm all for that. It's just, I think it's interesting how some guys are just, some guys like they're all about, ever since like they were a kid. Oh, I want to go like on this hunt, travel there, and then some other guys, a little bit just. Maybe it's just simplistic is the word, where it's like, I'm good. I got my white tails here. I can duck on here. I could do everything I wanted to right here on the island, and I'm okay with that. I think it's interesting where everybody's journey, whether it could start out the same, they branch off into so many different directions, which is good.
I'm going to say this too, because I've been doing a lot of research into it. I see that as the price of a lot of U.S. outfitters goes up, you start seeing, especially on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, a lot of these ads for these Mexican outfitters doing duck hunts, mule deer hunts, pheasant hunts, all this stuff. And they're like, oh, fly down to this airport. We drive you across the border. You spend 5 days here. All food, drinks, everything's accounted for. You spend $2,500 and we drive you back 5 days. It's $500 a day. It's unlimited. In Mexico, obviously, they don't have like a tag limit. So
right.
that like as those become more popular, I'm hoping it drives down. And especially like the prices for Portugal, Africa, Europe, a bunch of other places that are considerably way more cheaper than some of these other hunts locally.
Right.
It's probably going to end up driving down the price, as long as Dave's not afraid of Africa.
Honestly, it's funny you mentioned a bird hunt. Like if I had to pick a hunt right now, I would go to Kansas or one of like Arkansas or Kansas somewhere, a flooded timber hunt for ducks. Spend 4 or 5 days in the woods watching the dogs work and everything. Like that would be like I'd load my bags right now and go for that over like a big game hunt. It's just that to me, like that's one of the hunts I would love to do. Like that's on my bucket list.
All right, Dick Cheney.
Or like in Alaska, like old squaw, like old hiders, like something like right off the banks of Fairbanks or something like something gnarly like that, and a big like 25-foot seaboat duck hunt.
Yeah, I'm saving up for my seal clubbing.
I want to go after a walrus with a spear. That's it.
Let's stay away
that's
from
Mount Everest.
Let's not have Peter join the chat, shall we? Let's keep them away.
People for the eating of tasting animals.
Oh, that one's all right.
All right, so we'll move on. So getting into season 4 now, because we do have a lot in store for everybody next year. Well, in the next 6 months. So as we said, we are bringing on another team member here at Pursuit Live. Somebody else who's going to be helping us a lot behind the scenes, and it's going to help. It's going to help the show. We do have a lot of big name guests coming up. We do have additional promotion coming up for the show, and there's a couple other things that are in the works that maybe we'll cross those bridges when we cross them.
The promotion aspect of it is very it's priced to sell. Let's put it that way. We Chris and Rob and myself.
I wasn't even talking about that yet.
Oh, which one? What are you talking about then?
I was just talking about just general promotion of the show, but I guess we can hint at it. We are developing an advertising program here at Pursuit Live that will be public here after the first of the year, and it is something that we've been talking about for a couple months now. Just as a way to help out brands that help us out. People that have been supportive of us, we want to be able to help support them as well. I think it's the program that we've developed is a win-win for both sides. It's nothing crazy. But again, it's something that is going to be beneficial to everybody involved.
I agree.
I guess in addition to that, we can say, we are looking not only at sponsorships for our show. Our show is looking to sponsor people, and we are in talks right now with becoming the official sponsor of one professional archer at this point, a competition shooter, and possibly an additional nationally ranked shooter, probably coming up in the coming weeks. So definitely stay tuned for that. That's something we've been working on for a couple months now, and again, I think it's a big step forward for us. It's definitely going to help this first archer, and definitely the second archer in their careers.
Just another extension of the team at that point. When we formalize that and we publish everything, it's they're just going to be another extension of the team, helping us. Like you said, they're going to help us promote just by being out there, representing us somewhere on, their gear, their hats, their jerseys, whatever. And, we're all about promoting them as well, along with their journey. So, you're going to start to see a lot more content with that, following along with how they're doing throughout their journey. And it's interesting. It's interesting what we have planned for next season and some of the routes that we're going to be taking. So, again, trying to branch out in different ways and just keep it creative. Maybe do things that maybe other shows haven't tried yet. Maybe they have, but no matter what, we're doing it our way, which is what we want to do.
Right. And at the end of the day, it's not like we're doing this because we want to become famous or we're looking to get rich doing this. What we're doing is trying to help benefit the community as a whole. And that's what we do this for. We're not doing this because we want to become famous or we want to make money or anything like that. No, we're doing this because we love it. And whatever we can do to help the outdoor community move forward, that's what we're going to do. And these are just some paths that we can take right now to help make a difference. We are looking to do, everybody that knows we did a great fundraiser last year. That's something that I'm very proud of this team for putting together. And we raised a ton of money for 3 great organizations. And these organizations are doing good things in the outdoors. This year, we're looking to do better than we did last year. I guess I don't want to let too much out of the bag.
Yeah.
A little bit. We are going to be talking with Blood Origins and helping to raise money for what Robbie's doing over there. If anybody didn't check out the episode with Robbie Kroger, please go on the YouTube, check it out. Go to the Instagram, check it out. Robbie's a great guy. Blood Origins is a great organization. Just everything about that, is the heart and soul of what Pursuit Live stands for. So we're looking forward to being able to set something up with Robbie and his organization. Hopefully we can raise a ton of money, and the prize or prizes, which haven't been finalized yet, they're going to be phenomenal. All right. This isn't going to be, it's going to make our last fundraiser look small, I guess. Even though our last fundraiser was really good.
We did damn good. Yeah.
We like I said, we raised a ton of money for 3 great organizations. It was a great benefit. And the individual that ended up winning the bow, Omar, it couldn't have gone to somebody who I guess needed it more. It was just such a well-rounded story that you couldn't make it up if you tried. So
when you texted me the story about who he was and what he was going through, when you told me to it, I'm like, that's like perfect. Like we couldn't have written that any better. And we should follow up with that sooner than later. We should follow up with him and get him on without a doubt and talk about the draw and talk about kind of really just whatever. Let him tell his story, obviously, but
real life.
Yeah, because that was unreal.
And None of us knew that. It was when I actually met him to deliver the bow and his prizes that he was telling me, and I was just blown away.
Off W.
John needs a drink. Sorry.
I was wondering what he was doing. He sending hand signals.
No,
Good boy. Excuse me.
I think our next one is our next fundraiser is going to be a good one, and hopefully we can do two. The goal is to do two this year. If we can get one of them off, great.
Yeah.
If we can get the second one off, even better.
Get
Because
both off at the same time.
if we can get both off at the same time, John will lose it.
And there's a big distinction between a fundraiser that we're running to help promote, and then as opposed to, when our, let's just, whatever, we talked about it, it's coming out soon, like our sponsorship program. There's a clear distinction between that. At the end of the day, yes, we are coming up with ways to limit our expenses, limit our costs when we either have to get hotels to travel, software to run the shows. But when we do these fundraisers, that is not to fund the only bourbon supply chain of whiskeys and bourbons
Well,
or
that's
buy
something
Coors
that-
Banquet beers. That stays directly in the brand for the brand, and whatever proceeds they're going to, then that's true. So it's worth mentioning that, and you always get some people, unfortunately, because people take advantage during, so when we were running the giveaway, some people were kind of questioning, like, well, you're selling X amount of tickets. This only costs this amount. Like, why are you selling so many tickets? And it's a shame people like even have to doubt what you're doing. Like, I get it, but once we show them where everything's going, and that's on us. Like, we have to present it in a certain way, present everything in a professional way, make sure it's explained in a certain manner where they, but at the end of the day, when we're here trying to help promote these other brands, it's because we have a core connection with them. Like with Robbie and Blood Origins, we believe in what he's doing. We value what he's doing. So even though we're kind of very low man on the totem pole compared to where he is, anything we can do to help further his cause, we do stand behind that.
Yeah. And he's doing things at a global level. Like,
Yeah.
Let's face it. It's the money that his organization brings in and distributes across the globe it's big. It's big, and that's why it's something that when he spoke to us about the possibility, we didn't even waver. It was no, we want to be a part of this, and I think he was very impressed. We were in the middle of running our fundraiser, and he was very impressed that we're just a couple yahoos out here doing this for fun, and this is what we're able to do. And he does it for a living.
Yeah.
So I think that there's a future there in that relationship, and we're looking forward to making that happen. But I don't want to hammer on that.
Yeah. I just want to hammer on how big of a. Never mind. Barry Mossie's in the chat.
Oh,
Keep it PG-13.
Good job, John. Good
I'm
job.
trying to learn.
Good job.
But what else we got coming up next year that we can talk about? It's not
Great.
I mean,
great
we definitely touched on a lot. We don't want to. I mean, we have to leave some cliffhangers.
That's a good point. Great American Outdoor Show.
Oh, all right.
First of all, Barrett, sick invite. You know where we are every Friday at 8 p.m. So yeah, just saying. But just saying, you know where we're at.
What we'll have to do is we'll have to have an episode or kind of formalize it with Mike from BD Hunting. Basically, what's happening is, like, obviously all of us interact now. We've gotten all closer, whether it's actually getting to meet in person or phone calls, text, whatever it is, or hanging out at some of these shows. The Great American Outdoor Shows in Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, which is honestly a pretty centralized point for most of the guys in the crews. I know a few of you guys are down south and everything, but what we're trying to do is we actually found one hotel that's, it's a decent hotel. It's got a good bar attached to it. And we kind of want to make that like a meeting spot for all of us. That'll be the hotel we all stay in. We could shoot.
Oh.
We could shoot the shit at night at the bar. We can hang out. We could do a couple of shows, and then that day or whatever, we all just go to the exhibit together and just spend the day there. because you can easily, as we've learned, you could spend 2 days there if you really wanted to hit every single hall and booth. But
honestly, I think 2 days you could do it all in one day if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
One day, and having gone, we've been there enough that there's a lot you can skip.
Yeah.
It's some people may find it interesting. To me, there's, walking through the initial hall. It's a gun show. It's nothing that you're not going to see at any other gun show, unless you go to the restaurant and then you are hanging out with one of the Ukrainian ammo guys, and he's trying to talk to you about blockchain and.
It's you.
It's like,
And now looking back on that, the timing of that guy and then what happened in Ukraine was terrible. So I take no blame for anything. Sorry, that's an inside joke of Chris and me, but that was horrible.
I don't know, but whatever.
You want 556 or 762? I have truck ready now. What? Anyway,
So yeah, that was crazy. And then the guy jumped out on his bar.
he didn't pay his bill. He didn't pay like his $70 dinner bill. We're like, what the hell's going on? Oh man, this is what happens when I hang out with only Bows. Nothing good happens.
Great stuff happens. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
But-
I mean, this year we're going to have an interesting connect because Hunt Chef has his own complete dedicated setup, like in the outdoor. Well, I don't know what they want to call it, like the camping area, like the outdoor area.
Yeah,
And,
I guess the outdoor and adventure lifestyle. I think is the
Yeah,
expression
and he's there all week long, constantly cooking. So obviously, now that we're a little bit more friendly with him and close to him, but without a doubt, going to want to meet up with him. Who knows? Maybe spend some time behind the scenes a little bit, and so stuff like that. It's really cool. After we're actually able to really kind of use some of these connections that we built and the friendships that we built over the years, and just kind of keep them growing. So
and the good thing is where Hunt Chef is set up and where the Zinn trailer is.
if they bring
No.
it back, yeah.
No prime placement.
No.
But we don't do Zins.
No Zins no more.
No more
No?
Zins.
They love Kamala Harris.
Oh, the Zins. We gotta get you guys over to the rack.
Nope. Gotta get you over to the Alps.
No, I'm good. I'm sticking with my boy with the rack pouches.
No, Tucker Carlson, baby.
All right.
So, but getting back to Great American, I think that anybody that's going to be going this year, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to coordinate with people. Last year we met up with a bunch of good people, and we'd like to continue doing that. I think it was we met up with Reed's Outdoors, and who else?
Aaron was working the Arsenal booth when I bought the saddle.
Yep. And wouldn't you know it, he just joined the show, so welcome, Aaron. Perfect timing.
There you go. So it's the Osceo's got a booth there. So Ryan and a couple of the guys are working that booth. So again, you can get to see some of the guys actually in work doing their thing. These guys that are on the field staff and everything. So it's cool. It's that archery hall, I would say we spend the most time, and then you just kind of bounce around from there. And then whatever happens at night at the bar happens at the bar. We leave it there. Right.
And there's going to be some stuff that happens at the bar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just letting you know. Stuff's going to happen.
All right.
But
Hopefully their bourbon is up
Wait,
to
what is
up to
it?
your standards.
what?
When's the show?
I don't look it up. Look up the date. Great American Outdoor Show 25. And I will say they have blends.
Really?
They did
All
last
right.
year.
That's
Yeah. No, that hotel's it's in a good spot. It's close to the venue. We know what we're getting with as far as food at the restaurants. That's kind of key. And then, I mean, shit, you can take a shuttle if you really want to, so you can park the truck and not move it all weekend.
You're going to be away, aren't you?
yeah.
Oh, you're lost.
I'm gonna be in Columbia,
No, you're lost.
not the
All
district.
right, that's a pretty fair trade.
I'll bring back some booger sugar.
Jeez. Oh,
That's actually what it's called. He's not referring to anything else. It's actually sugar with coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. You were brushing your teeth. Anyway, we almost had a good clean episode.
So what else? What else do we got in store next year? Oh, me and Rob have the Antelope Hunt.
When's that?
August.
August. Where are you going in August for that? Out west?
Montana.
That's right.
But again, as Dave said, that these shows, you meet people, you get connections. The last Empire show, me and Rob were able to score this Antelope Hunt at a killer price. Price couldn't walk away from.
Oh, like the guys like back left to us in the middle? Okay. All
That
right,
was
cool.
it. We called them up after the show and said, hey, we were there presenting like this, it was like, yeah, I remember you guys, like, if you want in, let me know. And we're his first clients. So we're getting the opening days. It's gonna be a good time.
That's cool. That ain't bad.
It's gonna be a good time. And I think he said last year he only took on 21 clients. Everybody had a shot opportunity, and I think it was 19 people actually took a shot. So 2 of them whiffed. They made terrible shots, but 17 people scored. Actually good. Took home good trophies. So that's.
Isn't their eyesight like immaculate? I know they're fast as fuck and they'll jump the string, but isn't there? I thought their eyesight was really, really superb.
It is. It's good.
Like as opposed to like a whitetail.
Yeah, it's good, and they are fast. That's it. But that's and Rob and I thought, after talking, we picked the guy's brain. We were like, preparing for ourselves for like 60+ yard shots, and all this guy's like, nah, looking at like 40 max, bro. We're like, what?
So you got to change anything with your arrow setup for that?
This is something when we had Bill Vanderhaden on from Iron Will, we picked his brain a little bit about this. And no change in the setup.
Okay.
So,
I mean, that's a heavy. You got to think it's a smaller. So if you're able to keep your same arrow weight, in essence, and it's still fast enough to catch the other before they drop or anything, you're going to be smacking them pretty good. I mean, what's the weight ratio compared to like a deer? They got to be probably a third of the size.
Yeah, they're like a small doe. Like
that's
a
what I'm
big
saying.
antelope is like a small doe in New York.
Yeah, so if you're hitting, you were like high 4s, you're like 460, I think you were saying. That's what, 70 pounds? Yeah, I think so. It's fucking.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But this was another thing. Picking Bill's brain, having, he's hunted them. We picked a couple other people's brains that have been on those kind of hunts. And they said, as long as you hit them, they're not all that tough of an animal. You put a hole in them, they're not going all that far. And the good news is it's pretty wide open. It's not like there's a lot of places for them to like duck into and hide. Like when they keel over, you're probably going to see them in the binos.
Right.
If you see them with your bare, naked eyes.
Well, you're going to have to watch them because there won't be a blood trail.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that off camera.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that's another big thing on the list. And what else do we got? What else do we got for next year? Got a lot.
The inaugural Only Bows archery shoot. Yeah.
I guess we could talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, at the new Only Bows compound that we acquired this year, we are going to carve out on my property a large archery range. So we're going to set up a 3D range with shots out to 100 yards. We're hopefully going to have to. Oh yeah.
I guess
We are.
Okay.
We are going to set up a number of targets. Our goal is 20. And like I said, all the way out to 100. And we're hoping to hold later this spring the first annual Only Bows Open.
Spring Classic.
The Only Bows Spring Classic. I'll give you that. I'll call it the Spring Classic. And,
Forget Augusta. We're going to the
forget
Only
Augusta.
Bows compound.
We
That's what you
will
should
have
play
green
before the
jackets.
first arrow, the Augusta.
We will have Sitka Solid green jackets.
Oh, okay. What's that sandwich? You eat the pimento cheese or something like that?
Ooh, yeah.
Talking.
That's that good stuff.
But no, so that is something that we are talking about here, and provided we can get everything built in time, we're gonna have an event here, and hopefully we
That'd
can
be
get a good turnout. There's plenty of space. Hopefully we'll have a couple vendors here, some food, and it'll just be a good old time. Having a bunch of people out shooting. We've already got the scoring down that we wanted, the scoring system we want to use. And that's it.
There won't be any buys if you're dating the person that organizes the event, or you're a female. You won't get to you get to advance to the next round for free. Don't worry. Nope. Actually, let me get eliminated first on purpose.
That's it. If you're under 21, you got to shoot twice as hard too.
Yeah.
The only buy you get is for the people that were up 9 o'clock in the morning drinking bourbon with us setting up the event. They get a buy to the next round.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. You got enough space. You can do it.
No, we've already got it mapped out. I drew it out on Onyx. I drew out what it's going to be.
Nice.
So it's
We'll find out how good a neighbors you got. I promise you that.
Well, one dude's like an outdoorsman, and
yeah, my next door neighbor over here is like one of the commissioners in my gun club for.
You good then?
Like, I'm not worried about it here. People is a drinking buddy of mine. We're good.
I think that's it, gentlemen. I mean, I crossed everything off of my list. People just got to tune in. We say it a lot. You never know really what's coming every week. We promise you, we're working hard behind the scenes to keep it, entertaining. Obviously tonight was just kind of a recap session, kind of tying everything together from last season, get you guys ready for next season. When we're in full swing though, and we got our guests on, I think we do a very good job with the shows. We've had a lot of positive feedback from the guests, and in all honesty, we've had guests reach out to us, like even the next day, shooting Rob an email, thanking us for having us on. They enjoyed being on. It's, they even called us professionals. It's a few people,
legends, professionals.
Yeah. So we're at times we do it right. Sometimes we can improve, but we're only human. So you guys just keep tuning in and showing that support, and I promise you, we're going to do everything we can on this end to keep you guys just a quality program. That's all we can. That's all we can strive for. And I think we're doing it. I know we're doing it. Just got to keep doing it.
Just got to keep you on track, Dave. Keep you from the sidetracking and the profanity.
No. We got to improve your internet connection just a little. That's it.
It ain't me. I'm good.
Dude, it's Strong Island, bro. It's the best internet there is, bro.
Fuck you.
NASA tested internet here first.
So
there ain't no drones over my house. I'm good.
Dude, never mind. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
John, you got any parting thoughts?
Hunt hard, hunt often, and execute your local healthcare CEO when's possible.
Jesus.
Good advice right there.
Thank you.
Jesus.
Solid advice.
It's like the Dave Chappelle skit. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't do it, but if he did, I mean.
But even if
really?
he did, really?
Really? Oh God! Thanks for that, John. That's very. They should make that a Hallmark card. All right, producer Chris, we got buddy. You ready to wrap it?
So with that, I want to thank everybody that helped support this show over the last year, or especially over the last season. I know we've been doing a lot, trying to move forward here, and thank you everybody that's going to stick with us. I told you at the end of season 1, if you thought we were doing something good, stick with us. It's only going to get better, and I think we delivered on that. Season 2 and season 3 were definitely a large step forward from season 1. And even the preseason, if you will, before Pursuit Live was an official thing, when it was just a couple of dudes from New York hopping on Instagram bullshitting about hunting. And at the end of the day, I'd like to think that, hey, that's really who we still are. We're just a couple of dudes from New York hanging out, bullshitting about the outdoors, and that's how we started. That's how we're gonna keep it.
Yeah. Tagging does and being bros.
That's it. That's it. That's the name of the game here. So, with that, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody who watched this tonight. Thank you to everybody who's going to watch this in the future. Please, if you like what you've seen, tell your friends. Push them over to the YouTube channel. Have them hit that subscribe button. Have them hit the subscribe button on Instagram. It doesn't cost anything. Listen, it's all free. This show comes to you at zero cost. We want to keep it that way, and we want to do what's right by the outdoor community and continue to help people tell their stories and bring this shared knowledge forward to everybody for everybody's benefit. So we're going to keep doing that. For everybody that's still out there hunting, please shoot straight, stay safe, keep in the game, stay warm, and good luck. We will see everybody in season 3. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. We hope everybody has a happy and safe New Year. With that,
Hanukkah,
and also Hanukkah,
Kwanzaa,
Festivus.
Nice. Good
Whatever.
job.
whatever they celebrate in Long Island.
Whatever they celebrate in Jersey, whatever you guys are doing, good on you. So with that, thank you everybody. We'll see you all in season 3.
4.
Season 4. Fuck. Have a good night.
That's it. Good job, John. Catch you guys later. Good job, Chris.
Yeah.